The following humans have been interviewed using a series of set questions regarding the Harry Potter series. I only interviewed people who I knew to have read the Harry Potter series and seen the Harry Potter movies. This is a rather important requirement, given that they are supposed to answer questions regarding the differences between the Harry Potter books and the Harry Potter movies. Also, I only interviewed people I knew, which is probably a bias of some sort. But that, of course, is beside the point. On with the interviews! Shane, have you read the Harry Potter series?
I have.
Have you seen the movies?
I have.
Are there any differences between the
There
two? Like what, Shane?
Many things. For one, there are, let's see, the books go into greater detail because they came first. And the movies leave out a ton of parts that are somewhat important to the story.
Did you enjoy both series?
I did.
Which do you prefer?
The books.
Have you read the Harry Potter series, Micah?
Yes.
Have you seen the movies?
Yes.
Are there any differences between the two?
Yes.
Like?
In the 8th movie, Bellatrix explodes, whereas in the books, she just dies.
Did you enjoy both of them?
I did.
Which do you prefer?
I prefer the books.
Emmanuel, have you read the Harry Potter series?
Yes.
Have you seen the movies?
Yes.
Which do you prefer?
The books.
Were there any important details lost between those two things?
Probably one of the things that they got rid of that definitely progressed the story in some ways was they got rid of most of the ghosts. And, I mean, some people they wouldn't really be important because, hey, they're just ghosts. But a lot of the interactions between the ghosts help the interactions between, I guess, the living. So I guess I'd say that's pretty important.
Thank you, Emmanuel.
No problem.
Caden, have you read the Harry Potter series?
Yes.
Have you have you seen the movies?
Yes.
Which do you prefer?
The books.
Are there a lot of details lost between the two?
I'd say there's a fair amount.
And what is one or two of those details?
Well, I noticed that in the books, Sirius seems to have a more prominent role in the endeavors of Harry, Ron, and Hermione. But in the movies, I mean, he is, of course, still an important character, but he doesn't play as important of a role.
Thank you, Caden.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Claire. Have you read the Harry Potter series?
I have.
Roughly how many times?
I haven't ever counted, but it's probably a lot.
Alright. Have you seen the movies?
I have indeed.
Are there any differences between the two?
An incredible amount of differences.
Like what?
Well, it's an entirely different medium of storytelling. It's visual instead of textual, and it takes place in front of your eyes instead of inside your head. So obviously they have to change the story a lot, but as the movies went on, they became more and more comfortable with letting themselves tell their own version of the story instead of trying to create an exact replica of the story in a different format, which, you know, everyone always does, but it really takes away something when the original piece was so masterfully created.
Did you enjoy both the series?
No, I only ever liked the books.
What is your favorite either part or aspect of the books and or movies?
My favorite aspect of the series is Joe Rowling's masterful grasp of continuity. There are certain things that are connected to each other throughout the books that form a story that if you look at the pieces, you feel so smart just for getting them because they're so subtle and yet so certain to be exactly what they are.
After that lovely speech by the even lovelier and wildly intelligent Claire Jolly, we can conclude that the books and movies of most stories are very different, and often the book is vastly superior, simply because literature is the medium of storytelling that has a lot more time and depth to put into the story. What better stage is there than one's own mind's eye? They're both worth reading and or watching, but books will always be the way to go. If that wasn't the point of this project, then I completely missed it, and I'm sorry, Miss Chico. Goodbye!